Hour 1, upload interrupted. I was mid-prank filming in Value Village. Caption, Pio, you're a strong independent woman, but your boyfriend's wallet just screamed. She was chasing him down an aisle. Fake fight, fake breakup, classic skit. I was giggling behind the rack of jeans when a real scream cut through the store. Blood sprayed across the wall of used hoodies. I peeked past the clothes. Some guy was on all fours, chewing into a girl's shoulder like it was grilled lempo. At first I thought, damn, Canadians do horror content now? But no, the way her eyes rolled back, the way he didn't stop chewing even when people shouted, yeah! This wasn't a skit. So naturally I did what any TikTok troll would do. I filmed it. I whispered to the phone, POV. He says he's a feminist but still eats you alive without consent. Got a little closer, zoomed in until the dude turned his head. No lips, black teeth, eyes like expired milk. That's when I ran. Not out of fear, out of survival instinct, content strategy. Cut to me smashing through the back storage door with my prank bat. Yup, the aluminum one I used to pretend to hit Karens with. Now it was my only weapon. The zombie followed. I swung like I was in a PBA final. Whack! Dude crumpled. My phone almost slipped out of my hand. I held it up, recording the body. Caption typed in, mansplaining? Nah, manslaying. But just as I hit upload, no service. Signal died. TikTok was gone. I stared into the void of my cracked screen. My empire offline. Canada was falling, and I was suddenly very, very single. Hour 2. You only save women. I stumbled into a half-looted Dollarama. Empty aisles, spilled shampoo, trail of blood that led to a locked freezer door. I heard crying inside. Knocked. Voice replied, soft, shaking. Please, anyone, help. I gripped the bat, lifted it, and kicked the door open like a budget action star. Inside, curled up next to the frozen peas, was a brunette girl in scrubs, tears down her face. Absolutely stunning. 2 zombies came crawling in from aisle 4. I cracked one in the jaw with a home-run swing. The other slipped on conditioner. I stomped its head. That felt satisfying. The girl stared at me. You saved me, I nodded coolly. You hot? She blinked. What? I mean, are you hurt? I stuttered, correcting. Save. Recovered. She was still staring at me, wide-eyed, clutching a mini first aid kit like a teddy bear. Then her phone buzzed. She had signal? I looked, opened TikTok, comments scrolling. My last upload had gone through after all, probably buffered through that janky mall Wi-Fi. She opened the app and squinted at her screen. Read aloud. Of course he only saved a woman. Typical patriarchal survival strategy. Let me guess, he's going to start a zombie harem next? Misogynist main character energy. This is why feminism needs to survive more than men. I leaned over her shoulder and chuckled. They mad because I'm thriving. She looked up at me. So, is it true? About what? You only save women. I held up my bat like a microphone. Ma'am, I said, in this broken world, men are either dead weight or undead. Women, though, women can build an empire. An empire? A TikTok harem, built on blood, loyalty, and extremely good lighting. She stared, then oddly enough, smiled. Name's Maddie, she said, emergency nurse, and apparently your first queen. What? Hour 3, the Sisterhood of the Travelling Trauma. We found Shape Shop. Not ideal, but it had glass walls and a baseball bat behind the counter. I dual-wielded now, balanced, masculine, also very aesthetic. Maddie patched up her arm with gauze and slapped a Barbie Band-Aid on my wrist scratch. She was calm, fast hands, sharp. Why'd you pick me? She asked. I shrugged. Had a good feeling. She raised an eyebrow. Not because I'm a woman? I grinned. Definitely because you're a woman, but also because you looked like you could take a bite out of a zombie and still do triage. She didn't punch me. That was a win. I checked my phone. Somehow it had 1 bar again. TikTok was limping back to life like the undead itself. My last video, me smashing a zombie with a Dollarama broomstick, had 28k views already. Maddie leaned over my shoulder. We scrolled. He's literally building a post-apocalyptic patriarchal hierarchy disguised as helping women. Wow, look at this male savior complex. I bet he has a spreadsheet of which women get to be saved next. Girl boss cannibal. If I get bit, it better be by a zombie and not by his toxic masculinity. I sipped Mountain Dew from a warm can. I love how even in the end of days, I said, people still got time to overthink a rescue mission. Maddie raised her phone and made a face. You literally tagged this video with "only saves women." Branding, I said proudly. Let them rage. Rage gets views. She didn't argue. Instead, she added her own caption. Nurse, harem member, still does CPR better than your man. It hit 5K likes in 10 minutes. 4. The second wife. We heard screaming 2 blocks over. Maddie and I ran, bats in hand, turned a corner, and there she was, pink gym shorts, bleeding leg, and rage in her eyes, swinging a frying pan at a zombie like she was on a cooking show gone feral. We jumped in. I cracked skull. Maddie stabbed temple with scissors. Zombie dropped. Silence. The girl panted, holding the bent frying pan like it was Thor's hammer. She turned to me. Are you JR? Depends, I said. Are you single? She snorted. Not anymore. My boyfriend ran faster than me. Classic. We helped her up. Named Chelsea, ex-CrossFit, former cheerleader, still had blood under her French tips. Her phone buzzed, miraculously still online. She opened TikTok. There I was. Caption POV, he saves you but not your boyfriend. She burst out laughing. This is so misogynistic, she said, smiling. I love it. Her comment went viral. My boyfriend got eaten and this guy picked me up like I'm a limited edition Funko Pop. More replies flowed in. Are we just ignoring that he's collecting trauma survivors like Pokemon? Still better than men who ghost you after a coffee date. If he doesn't save you and give you TikTok clout, is he even apocalypse material? I pointed at Chelsea. You got jokes. You're hired. Hired? Harem security. You're now wife number 2. Combat. Media strategy. Occasional cardio. Maddie, arms crossed, gave Chelsea a side-eye, but then smiled and nodded. The sisterhood was beginning. And Canada? Still on fire. Hour 5. Mall madness and the cancelled night. By now, the world was burning, and the TikTok algorithm didn't care. We ducked into a semi-looted mall. The glass ceiling cracked. A drone of the undead echoed from the food court. We weren't alone. Upstairs, in a shattered makeup store, a woman in a hijab was throwing bottles of foundation at zombies. Her aim was suspiciously good. We rushed up. Chelsea baseball slid under a display case. Maddie punched a zombie in the neck with a metal mascara wand. I screamed, teamwork makes the dream twerk. We cleared the area. I turned to the hijabi warrior. She wiped sweat from her brow and scowled. Let me guess, she said. You only save women? I paused. I mean, yeah. She didn't even blink. Valid. Men are either infected or already trash. Her name was Zara, ex-Twitter warrior, med student dropout, could quote bell hooks while assembling an improvised Molotov. I offered her a spot. Wife number 3, tactical support, emotional damage dealer, you in? She narrowed her eyes, then said, I'm only joining because I choose to exploit you. Fair. She took a selfie with us. Posted it. Caption V, joined a TikTok harem to survive the patriarchy and the apocalypse. Feminist TikTok exploded again. Feminist liver damage. Love how he's recruiting women like it's Hogwarts houses. Trauma is my zodiac. Sis joined the harem to dismantle it from the inside. Girl boss move. Just wait till he gets ratioed IRL. Cis men in crisis, at least he's saving women. My ex didn't even save my playlist. Chelsea, mid-chicken nugget from a looted Jollibee kiosk, muttered, we're going viral during the actual virus. Hour 6, Harem HQ and cancel culture shelter. We barricaded a bubble tea shop and declared it Harem HQ. 3-win troll, 2 aluminum bats, 5 phone batteries on power-saving mode. Zara taught us how to make IEDs out of vape pens and pressure cookers. Chelsea fortified the windows using gym benches and shelves of K-beauty serum. Maddie wrote out a medical triage plan in lipstick. I, meanwhile, filmed a TikTok. Caption: when the only man worth saving is the one with a ring light and a dream. Feminist TikTok comments poured in. Why do I hate him and want to marry him at the same time? Let's Survivor but slutty. Let's not forget he's still a 6 in a world where 10s are zombies now. Harem? No. Resistance cell with benefits. My cat votes too. If he starts charging them rent, I'm reporting him to the undead IRS. Meanwhile, we found a whiteboard and mapped out our next move. I declared roles officially. Harem profiles so far. 1. Maddie, Queen Medkit. Role, combat medic, first wife. Personality, sarcastic, cool under pressure, has diagnosed everyone in the squad with mild delusions. Strengths: CPR, stabbing with scissors, tactical flirting. Healing your trauma and your wounds, not your ego. 2. Chelsea, CrossFit Barbie, role defense hype woman. Personality: loud, chaotic good, calls zombies ugly exes. Strengths: gym strength, cheer stunts, motivational yelling. My ex got eaten. I got a bat. We're not the same. Zara Molotov Muse, role: tactical support, radical vibes. Sharp, political, always 5 seconds away from quoting Audre Lorde. Strengths: weapon improve, social commentary, roasting men. TikTok bio: hijabi, harem, headshots. Hour 7, no boys allowed. Rain hit the streets like static. Downtown Vancouver was a graveyard with parking meters. We stayed inside Harem HQ, a bubble tea shop now converted into a feminist fortress. Zara practiced lighting vape pen fuses. Chelsea worked out with stolen dumbbells while filming thirst traps. Maddie gave me a tetanus shot in the thigh with no warning. I sipped cold taro milk tea and uploaded another TikTok. Caption: when you're the only man allowed inside the matriarchy. The comments section instantly erupted. Intersectional slayer, he's not a king. He's a court jester with a camera. Mao, the way he's surviving just by being barely tolerable to hot women. Broke but woke. I'm not mad he's building a harem. I'm mad it's working. If he says girl boss unironically again, I'm eating his phone. Then, bang, bang. Someone pounded on the boarded-up glass door. We all froze. Zara had a Molotov in one hand, prayer beads in the other. I peeked out. It was a teenage boy, soaked, crying, blood on his jeans. He looked like an off-brand K-pop idol who'd been through a spin cycle. "Help me," he shouted. "Please, I just need to charge my phone and hide, please." Maddie opened the door an inch. "Are you bitten?" "No, I swear. Please, I'll do anything." Zara squinted. "You were with a girl earlier. Where is she?" I left her. She tripped. I ran." The air went dead still. Chelsea made a slow tsk sound. Maddie said quietly, "So you abandoned your girl to die?" He nodded, shaking. I stepped forward and whispered, "You know the rules." He blinked. "What rules?" I opened TikTok and showed him my latest video. Caption: "We only save women. That's the brand." His eyes widened. "You can't be serious, bro," I said. "You left her." Then Maddie said, "Tell him the line." I turned to the camera and smiled. This harem has no simps, no survivors, and absolutely no seats for snakes. We closed the door. From inside, we watched him cry, scream, and run into the fog. Chelsea: "He'll last an hour, max. 15 minutes, if that." Hour 8, the Blade Dancer. It was dusk. Smoke curled through the city like burnt eyeliner. We were low on battery, high on sarcasm, and desperately needed food. That's when we heard it. Not moaning, not screaming. Music J-pop, echoing through the plaza from a glowing store, a cosplay cafe. We approached, bats ready. Inside, a girl in red pleated skirts was slicing zombies apart with dual butterfly knives. Her movements were terrifyingly graceful, like a TikTok thirst trap with blood spray. Her earbuds were still in. She didn't notice us until she cut down her fourth undead customer. She turned, eyes like black eyeliner daggers, pulled out her earbuds. "You here to simp or stab?" Chelsea: "Stab." Zara: "Slay." "Maddie, can you dance suture?" The girl smirked. "Name's Kiko. I'm a waitress, a weeb, and I hate men more than I hate overpriced resin keychains." I stepped forward. "You just unlocked wife number 4 status." She blinked. "You the bat guy?" "JR, head simp." She looked us all over. "I guess I'll join for now. But if any of you get bitten, I get to put you down with flair." Fair. She filmed our handshake. Caption: "When you find your harem and they all know first aid, combat, and your trauma triggers." TikTok lit up again. At SlayRider69, she dual wields knives and trauma. Icon. This is either a feminist utopia or the most elaborate fanfic I've ever seen. Kiko is the main character now. Sorry, JR. Can't wait for this squad to unionize and overthrow him. Updated harem profile. 4. Kiko Blade Dancer, role close combat specialist style consultant. Personality: sharp, energetic, low tolerance for stupidity, high tolerance for blood. Strengths: knife play, anime references, cosplay intimidation tactics. TikTok bio: knives, K-pop, no men. Hour 9, brains, boundaries, and bubble tea. We fortified the cafe with flip tables and neon cat chairs. The harem was sprawled across beanbags, recharging phones on a stolen car battery rigged by Zara. Kiko cleaned her knives while humming a Blackpink war chant. Maddie was stitching up Chelsea's forearm. Battle souvenir from a feral barista zombie earlier. I was live on TikTok. Title, surrounded by queens, thriving through vibes. Comments rolled in. He's literally surviving on bare minimum respect. Girl power glizzy. This harem is the only realistic apocalypse prep I've seen. Woken broke. Protect JR at all costs. He's the emotional support man of the matriarchy. Then Zara peeked out the door. We got a weird one. We all moved quietly. Out in the street stood a zombie. Tall, fast, bloodied, but different. It wore a torn blazer, sensible shoes, feminist buttons still pinned to its lapel. "Kill all men," said the button. "Smash the patriarchy," said the shirt, in blood and glitter. The zombie screeched like it still had Twitter. "Kiko, is that a—" "It's a feminist zombie." Maddie gasped. "Oh my God, she died protesting and kept going." Zara squinted. "She's evolving. She's not trying to bite JR. Just slap him." I backed up. The zombie charged at me. Not to eat, but to cancel. "Wait," I shouted. "I posted infographics." She swung. Hard. I barely dodged. She screeched again, lurching forward with rage and righteous fury. "She's not after brains," Kiko muttered. "She's after your problematic TikToks." Chelsea batted her off with a yoga mat. Zara flung a vape grenade. We wrestled the undead activist into a trash bin, tied it shut with USB cables. Silence, then laughter. I caught my breath, wheezing. "Damn," I said. "Even the undead are woke now." Crushed influencer, rising influence. We camped near a dark alley filled with old bikes and graffiti. Kiko roasted instant ramen over a flickering scented candle. Chelsea was editing a TikTok tutorial, how to look hot while beheading. Suddenly, footsteps. Slow, dragging, not zombie. A girl stumbled into the light, wounded, makeup smudged. She collapsed in front of us. "Help," she rasped. I was with a group of influencers. They left me. Chelsea and Maddie helped her sit up. I had my last clean hoodie. She looked up at me, eyes wide. You're the guy from TikTok, right? The one with the harem?" I nodded. "JR, head simp, emotional sponge, caffeine provider." She smiled weakly. "You're not like the other guys. They all ran." Zara handed her water. "Name?" I asked. She coughed. "Chloe. I used to be a beauty vlogger, but now I just want to survive." Kiko stepped forward. "Can you sew?" "Yeah." "Can you stab?" "I can try." "You're in. Harem member number 5, Chloe." The crushed influencer. Role, morale booster, beauty vlogger turned survivalist. Personality. Kind, dramatic trauma chick with a soft heart and a 1,000-yard stare. Strengths. Sewing wounds and wigs, converting follower count into street cred. Tragic backstories. TikTok bio. Beauty guru turned blade sister. No men, no filter. We filmed another TikTok. Caption, "The harem grows, the patriarchy falls, the skincare still slaps." Comments blew up. Lipstick liberation. Chloe made it out of the girl boss trenches. Respect. The feminist zombie was the final boss of male privilege, and he tanked it with grace. Meme Witch 99. Bro got slapped by a post-mortem protester and lived. He's earned the harem. This is either the end of the world or a perfect sitcom. Choice. Hour 11. The cult of Jim Bro survivors. The night was darker than usual. The sky glowed like a flickering street lamp on its last leg. We sat around the cafe, staring at the barricaded windows, and posted another TikTok. Our vibe was on point. Surviving the apocalypse like it's a sponsored ad. Then, a sound. It wasn't the usual moans of zombies. It was rhythmic. Pumping. We looked out the back window. A group of gym bros was running through the alley. They were chanting, lifting weights, yelling "Alpha Energy," while sprinting with kettlebells like it was the final lap of a CrossFit challenge. "Please, not the gym bros," Kiko groaned. "They've become a cult." I turned to her. "What do you mean? Cult?" "They only care about maxing out, bro. Their survival tactics are literally protein shakes and deadlifts. They'll try to take over." She scowled. "They also call themselves the Iron Brothers. It's all about strength. No brains, no strategy." Chelsea, her brows raised. "Are they gonna try and recruit us?" "Worse," Kiko said. "They'll challenge you to a flex-off to the death." Suddenly, the leader of the gym bros, Brad Squats McGraw, appeared at the cafe door, holding a dumbbell like it was a scepter. "Yo, we're the Iron Brothers," he bellowed, "and we don't share our turf with losers who don't lift." I smirked, tossing my bat into the air like a pro baseball player. "Listen, bro, this is a matriarchy. We only accept women or people who can give us decent Wi-Fi." He squinted at me. "What's the deal with you, huh?" "The deal is, you're wasting protein shakes in a zombie apocalypse, and you're not even wearing good enough gym shorts." I said, "Maybe you should go get some real gear first." Brad stepped forward, flexing a bicep. "You really think you can outlift me, man?" "Don't call me man," I said, "or I'll show you my real strength." I reached into my bag and pulled out my phone. TikTok time. Caption, "When you flex your way into a harem." Comments flooded it, Fitness Queen. I'm honestly hoping JR shows them how to actually flex the brain. The Iron Brothers are about to experience a slap from the matriarchy. Brad was about to say something when suddenly, boom, the door behind him exploded. A horde of zombies, all with gym gear on, poured in, led by a massive mutant zombie in a tank top. Its neck bulged with unnatural muscle. I grinned. This was the ultimate flex-off. Hour 12, climax, the final struggle. Everything happened in a blur of screams, weights, and broken glass. Brad, along with his gym bro followers, dove into the chaos, picking up barbells and slamming them into zombies' heads. Kiko, Chelsea, and Maddie dove into battle as well, wielding everything from yoga mats to broken chairs. I swung my bat, clearing a path for my harem to escape. But Brad, the self-proclaimed alpha male, started pulling ahead. He used his kettlebells like a flail, knocking zombies left and right. His followers were unstoppable. I watched the chaos unfold as Chloe, our newest member, stood frozen. "What do we do now?" she asked, her voice shaky. Kiko pulled her out of her stupor. "We fight. We survive." But just as we thought we were winning, Bam Brad slammed into me with a kettlebell, knocking me back. I stumbled. The weight was too much. I barely caught myself. Zara jumped in front of me, pushing Brad back with a swift elbow. "Hey, Jim bro, step off. This is a woman's world now." Brad grinned, wiping blood from his mouth. "I don't need your permission, princess." The rest of the gym bros rallied around him. It was a standoff. I glanced at my harem. There was no way around this. The gym bros were too many, too strong. We had only one option. I raised my phone in the air and began recording. Boys versus brains, the ultimate battle for survival. The comments section exploded in real time. "I'm team matriarchy all day." "No more gym bros in the apocalypse, just smart, fierce women." "The patriarchy might have been strong, but it's out of reps." I smiled. Time to give them a reality check. With a roar, I charged at Brad, bat raised. The gym bros were taken aback. The sheer intensity of the moment was enough to make them hesitate. But this wasn't just about strength anymore. It was about survival. Wham! The bat connected with Brad's gut. He doubled over. Zara took out another zombie with a brutal leg kick. Chelsea swung a dumbbell through the air like a sledgehammer, knocking a zombie into the next universe. Kiko stabbed the giant mutant zombie through the eye with one of her butterfly knives. We all stood tall in the chaos. The battle was brutal, but in the end, we triumphed. Final TikTok post, caption, "We survived the gym bros, took down the zombies, and came out stronger. Matriarchy victory." Comments. "These queens destroyed toxic masculinity and zombie apocalypse logic in one go." Girl gang glow up. "How do I join the harem?" "Sorry, Brad. Better luck next time. You didn't lift the right weights." As the harem stood together, victorious, I could feel the adrenaline wearing off. But something more powerful than fear flowed through me. It was loyalty, strength, and the unspoken promise that we'd always be together. The world was falling apart, but at least we had each other, and maybe a little bit of TikTok fame on the side. The end, for now.